This TFMR podcast is brought to you by your friends at JM Bullion. Visit jmbullion.com for all your gold and silver bullion needs. Welcome back to your TF Metals Report podcast highlights for the week of November 22nd, 2021. We've been watching the banks try to manage the upside in gold for the last 2 weeks. They issued over 100,000 new contracts and sold them to the specs, diluting demand and suppressing the price rally. Well, we always figured there's going to be a day of reckoning for that as the banks try to turn the tables, get those specs to dump those very same contracts so that the bank can cover their shorts, buy them back, and retire that open interest that they just issued. And, of course, here they came on Monday, another massive red candle. We talked about it on Monday, November 22nd. Massive red candle. As I wrote this morning, that's number 29 year to date. There's really only 21 or 22 trading days in a month. So we are now up to, that's almost 6 full trading weeks of massive red candles. 29 days. Sprinkled throughout the year. No wonder everybody's so pissy, including myself, because this sucks ass. It has really been a painful year. No doubt about it. Every time we've tried to do anything, we immediately get smashed. Again, just even on this last 6 months, massive red candles in June, tried to bounce and rally in July, and then massive red candles in August, tried to bounce and rally, then all those massive red candles in September, a couple of them in October, then we finally get a nice little rally from 1760 up to 1880, and what do you get? Another massive red candle. Very important support lies just below where we are. Okay, the 100-day and 200-day moving average is both around 1796. That'll be an important level to watch, maybe as soon as overnight. Certainly into tomorrow and the rest of the week. Then the 50-day, which was rising and now magically is flattened out. That has to factor in the calculus too, right? We talked about this on Friday. If price keeps going up, that 50-day is going to cross. You're going to have all this nice stack of moving averages, and then you put a big massive red candle on there today, and all of a sudden the 50-day goes flat. All right, and then you got the trend line off the double bottom low from late September. All of this. You are now hereby warned. If something funky is going on, okay, if this does carry over, Bitcoin keeps crashing, the stock market and everything else. If gold takes out those 3 moving averages and breaks that trend line, okay, now you're talking 1760 and below there, 1740, 1720. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm just warning you. Okay, if that doesn't bother you like it doesn't bother me, because I know I'm in it for the long run, then don't worry about it. But if you're one of these people that like lives and dies on every tick, and I got to hear about how your accounts have been decimated because you've held the mining shares, since 2003 or something, look. Just consider yourself warned. If this breaks down here, okay, there's going to be some more lows to come. Now, the bright side, the RSI is all the way down to 46 already. Okay, so that's about where it bottomed out back there the last time we put in a low on this trend line in 3 weeks ago. So just be wary of what you're seeing here, okay? As we often state, if you're going to be following the precious metals, man, you got to be a macro analyst. It's not just a dot on a screen where you count the waves and Fibonacci's and things like that. Man, it is a macro thing. We have to follow so many things around the world, try to figure out where gold and silver are going. Keeps every day interesting. And so on Tuesday, November the 23rd, one of the things we were talking about was a complete meltdown in Turkey of the local currency, the lira. Absolutely collapsing. But as we know, that day is eventually going to come for the dollar or whatever currency you use, and your physical gold and silver is your protection against that sort of madness. So on Tuesday, November 23rd, one of the things we talked about was gold priced in Turkish lira. Silver priced in Turkish lira too. And again, that was part of the discussion on Tuesday the 23rd. First of all, screenshots from goldprice.org of gold in Turkish lira. Going back, this is the last year. As recently as February, gold in Turkish lira was 12,500? And now it's almost doubled since that point. Just this month, it's gone from, 17,000 to 21,000? Yeah, you know what? If you're a Turk, your gold is protecting you, as is your silver. Very important to note, chart of silver in Turkish lira as well. Once the massive beatdown in gold and silver ended on Wednesday, we started looking for stability and some price goals as we go into the end of a holiday-shortened week. So on Wednesday, we took a look at the chart of COMEX Gold. We noted that the smash had driven price back under all of the key moving averages, but that didn't mean that that's where we're going to end the week. And actually, by the time we finished up Globex trading on Friday, we were back above the 50-day moving average. But we didn't know that for sure back on Wednesday. We certainly didn't know how Friday was going to go either. A lot of things to talk about that day, Wednesday, November 24th, but one of them was the daily chart of COMEX Gold. Full money on gold so that you know what to look for. Again, gold's RSI all the way down to 42. That's the lowest level, as you can see, since that low, September 29th and September 30th. So we're definitely at a level where we could bounce. Could go lower. The other big lows back in March and in April and again in August were down closer to 30. But this is certainly a level we could bounce from. And again, clinging to right at the 50-day moving average as I speak. So watch to see tomorrow in the light Globex trading and European trading how we trade around those moving averages. Are those moving averages defended by the London monkeys, or is that just a New York thing? And as you can see, I circle them so you don't miss it. They're only $6 apart. 50 days, $17.90. The 200 days up near $17.96. Any rally, and this is what was fought off this week, any rally will drag that 50-day up and bullishly cross both, and we'll get back up to 1840 or 60 pretty quick. The first thing we got to do is hold support here. We got to stay above the trend line, and we got to get back above 1800. 1810 would be preferable, but even just 1800, because again, over the course of this year, I drew a purple line there. You can see the importance of it, either as resistance or support. So if you want to pull for anything as we go through the day tomorrow and into Friday, see if we can't wrap up Friday with an 18 handle. Thursday, November 25th was, of course, the U.S. holiday of Thanksgiving. All U.S. markets were closed that day. Typically, the shortened session of Black Friday is an up day. We talk about Santa Claus rally, that sort of things. But news spreading quickly around the globe of this new variant mutation of COVID led to a massive risk-off trade on Friday with the stock market falling nearly 1,000 points. All of the commodities just getting hammered. Crude oil down nearly 10%. Gold initially rallied with the idea that rate hikes are not coming anytime soon if this is as bad as it might turn out to be. But then eventually it got thrown out too, as anything with a bid was smashed. Not unlike February into March of last year when the original COVID first started to sweep the globe. We've got a very interesting week ahead of us next week. Maybe not as much, sustained downside as we had in the run-up to COVID, and maybe this whole thing with this new variant will end up being overblown and no big problem, and all the other risk assets will bounce back quickly. But we'll see. It's a long way to Monday. So I encourage you to pay close attention to the news over the weekend and to stop by TF Metals Report early and often next week, where we pay as much attention as anybody to the precious metals and tell you what to watch and what to expect and keep you as informed as possible. Thank you for listening. Again, please check us out at tfmetalsreport.com/subscribe. We'd love to have you join us at this very pivotal time in the precious metals. We'll talk to you again next week.